i-rollback ang presyo ng langis. May transport strike pala dyan sa Manila. Report ng ABS-CBN. Transport Group Piston. Ginagawa na to ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Yung sa excise tax, suspension, inisponsoran na po. Hindi yung pag sinabi ninyo, agad-agad na parang yung AGK ni Digo. Pero ayaw nilang tumulong para tuldukan mga kababayan yung kademonyuhan ng Iran. Kaya masama ang loob niya, no?
We will just have to look. It's very hard to say because it's all speculation. We don't know how long this will last for. We don't know what the effects are. We don't know what will happen in the Straits of Hormuz. So, right now we are just adjusting to the situation. And when the situation calls for it, then we will see like when to exercise that power and how much.
Nagbabagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu ng lipunan. Bulsa, opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Bulsa, what you see is what you get. You decide.
Mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. Kumusta po kayo? Ibigay ko na muna sa inyo itong ginagawang i-rollback ang presyo ng langis. May transport strike pala dyan sa Manila. Report ng ABS-CBN. Transport Group Piston and bagong alyansang Makabayan have officially launched a nationwide strike this Thursday morning, March 19, to protest oil price hikes. Protesters have gathered at Welcome Rotunda in Quezon City for a press conference to formally open the demonstration, which are expected to affect major routes. The groups are calling for urgent government intervention, including the scrapping of VAT and excise tax on fuel, any price rollback to 55 pesos per liter. Ginagawa na to ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Yung sa excise tax, suspension, inisponsoran na po. Hindi yung pag sinabi ninyo, agad-agad na parang yung AGK ni Digo. May proseso. Kung sa mga kaso po, may due process. Dito, ganun din po, may due process din. Hindi yung pagkasabi ninyo, pagka-demand ninyo na ibaba agad or bawasan or isuspend agad. Dadaan siya sa proseso kasi lahat ito may batas. So yun ang dapat maintindihan ninyo. Na imbes kayo magreklamo, ang appeal sana natin, mga kababayan, tumulong kayo. Tapos itong sinasabi ninyong i-rollback sa 55 pesos per liter, parang masyadong imposible naman. 109 na yung presyo. At tayo bumibili lang, ang nagdidikta po ng presyo, hindi man tayo, the world market, yung may-ari ng mga companies na nagbibenta ng petroleum product, tama? Hindi man tayo yung may-ari ng company. Sila yung nagdidikta kasi may disruption supply yung mga petroleum products na for delivery papunta dito po. Kasi yung Iran, hindi pa po natatapos yung gira. Hinaharangan ng Iran yung flow, dinidisrupt yung flow ng supply. Yung mga vessels, oil tankers sa Strait of Hormuz, binobomba nila. Kaya nga umihingi sana ng tulong si President Trump kasi lumalabasan niya. Yan ang reklamo ni Trump. Lumalabasan niya. Kami lang. Kayo naman niya yung nagkikinabang. Hindi lang kami sa Amerika. Pag natapos natin itong problema sa Middle East, hindi lang naman kami magkikinabang. Pati kayo. Problema United Kingdom, yung European countries, yung France. Ayaw man tumulong. Parte sila ng NATO. NATO anya is us, sabi ni Trump. Kami na yung nanguna with Israel. Binakbakan namin yung Iran para matapos na to. 47 years na namimirwisyo yung Iran. Kaya inunahan na namin. Walang tigil sa debt to Israel, debt to America. At nag-sponsor ng terrorism all throughout the world. Lalo na sa Middle East kung saan tayo kumukuha ng supply. Ngayon nga, nag-warning na naman yung Iran kasi kahit pinatay na yung mga top officials, si Ali Khamenei, mga generals niya, nandun pa rin yung mga followers niya, mga remnant, at binobomba yung mga Middle East countries na kaalyado ng Amerika. Ang problema kasi, there is an indifference sa mga magulang, itong mga European countries na kaalyado ng Amerika. Sabi ni Trump, ano man na niya kung magpadala kayo ng warships, at least to secure the Strait of Hormuz, kami nang bala dito sa Iran. Kami ang tatapos nito. Pero kayo, tumulong naman kasi nagkikinabang kayo. Yun ang sabi ni Trump. Nagkikinabang kayo. Kami lang yung gastos ng gastos sa gira. Kayo naghihintay lang. Pagkatapos ng gira, magkikinabang kayo, makikihati kayo. ng benefits, yan ang problema po. But anyway, kaya ito ni Trump. Kailangan niya, sabi ni Trump, i-search ko po, Trump angry on NATO allies over Iran war.
His refusal to join his push to send President Donald Trump pressing anger with NATO's refusal to join his push to send warships to secure the Strait of Hormuz.
Well, I'm disappointed in NATO that we spend trillions of dollars on NATO.
NATO exists as a defensive alliance, not an offensive one. And NATO has said it has no plans to get involved in the US-led war with Iran. European leaders have spoken out over the last week. French President Emmanuel Macron said, quote, faced with the ongoing war, France's position is purely defensive. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer
Mga
also
magulang
declined
po,
to get involved.
gusto nila magkinabang lang.
Necessary action to defend ourselves and our allies. We will not be drawn into the wider war.
In the Oval Office on Tuesday, Trump had sharp words for Starmer.
You know, unfortunately, Keir is not Winston Churchill.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said, quote, I pointed out the risks of the Iran war from day one, and the risks of this war are high, very high, and there will be no military solution here. There will only be a political solution. But Trump's position is that America's long-standing support for NATO should be reciprocated now that the U.S. has asked for help in Iran.
Sinusumbatan na niya yung mga NATO allies niya. Kasi, bakit na niya kami lang? Kami ang gastos ng gastos.
Have you made, Mr. President, in getting America's allies to assist the U.S. in escorting those oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, we don't need too much help, and we don't need any help, actually. In fact, we just put out a notice. I was watching over the last couple of weeks, and all of our NATO allies were very much in favor of what we did. They thought it was a very
Pabor sila sa
important
ginagawa
success.
ng Amerika para hindi man
Very
sila
important
tumutulong.
that we take out the nuclear threat from Iran, and we've done that very strongly, very powerfully. We've wiped out their navy, wiped out their military in every aspect. Their air force is now decimated. They have no air force, no navy. They have no radar. Their radar is entirely gone. Their anti-aircraft machinery is gone. Everything is gone. Their leaders are gone. I guess one of their top person was, they say, a lot of people say their actual top was killed yesterday, along with somebody else who was responsible for the killing. The man that was responsible for the killing of 32,000 people over the last 2 weeks, he was in charge of the killing of protesters. It's an evil group. I mean, they've killed much more than 32,000 people. And the man who was responsible for that was also killed yesterday. And all of the NATO allies agreed with us, but they don't want to, despite the fact that we help them so much, we have thousands of soldiers in different countries.
Sinumbatan na ni
all over the
Trump.
world, and they don't want to help us.
Ayaw
Which is
niya kaming
amazing.
tulungan.
I mean, amazing.
Gusto lang
And I didn't
magkinabang.
do a full court press because I think if I did, they probably would be. But
Ganyan ang
we don't-
tao.
We don't need help. That war has been long prosecuted as far as I'm concerned. Almost from day one, we knocked out many of these things. We knocked out the Navy.
Parang yung mga DDS, ayaw tumulong, gusto lang magkinabang. Ganon dito sa mundo. Lahat, selfies, makasarili. Ituloy natin. Kasi itong pinag-usapan natin dito sa Pilipinas, konektado dito, ito yung punot dulo.
Essentially in a couple of days. But I was surprised to see that NATO, while they agreed that it was a very important thing to do, they agree fully. Nobody said, "Oh, you shouldn't do it." They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month of when we had the B-2 bombers bomb the nuclear potential. I call it the nuclear dust. I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake, and I've long said that I wonder whether NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there. The other thing is, and I think
Tinitest ko niya sila.
very important. We didn't have to be there for Ukraine.
Tuso,
Biden
tama.
chose to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on Ukraine, and I guess the head of Germany just made a statement that, they weren't involved and they have nothing to do with the war, but at the same time, they think we did a great thing by knocking them out. Nobody wants to have Nobody wants to have Iran or anybody, but nobody wants to have Iran with a nuclear, because these people are crazy. They're absolutely crazy, and they're vicious, violent. I mean, they kill, think of it. They killed, now I hear it's about 41,000 people. They put out a notice 2 days ago. Anybody that protests will be immediately shot and killed.
Ang Iran niya, dapat hindi natin paintulutan na makabangon pa. Kasi these are crazy people. Hindi man actually yung mga Iranian people, yung liderato ng Iran. Kasi maraming mga Iranians ayaw nga po doon sa present leadership ng Iran. Gusto nila freedom. Ngayon, dapat sana tumulong yung Europe. Kasi una, yung European countries, target din ng Iran. Yung mga bombings po sa France, sa kung saan-saan pang mga bansa, terrorist attacks, ang sponsor Iran, pero ayaw nilang tumulong para tuldukan mga kababayan yung kademonyuhan ng Iran. Kaya masama ang loob ni I am disappointed, sabi ni Trump.
Pretty tough stuff. So everyone agrees with us, but they don't want to help. And we as the United States have to remember that, because we think it's pretty shocking.
Balik tayo dito sa protest sa Pilipinas. May na mga nasa likod lang naman ito na pinapaikot. Ito anti-America ito, nakikigulo, pro-Iran, mga grupong ito, nakikisawsaw. Nakita niyo yung mga protest nila, kontra sila sa gira dito sa ginagawa ng Amerika. Pero hindi nila kinukundina yung death to Israel, death to America. So ang kanilang demand, i-roll back daw ang presyo ng langis. Paano? To 55 pesos per liter daw. Beyond fuel costs, they are demanding a 5 peso fare increase for all PUBs. Ngayong ating Pangulo, sinuspend nga yung fare hike kasi sabi ng ating Pangulo, imbis niyang makatulong, lalong tatamaan kasi yung mga pasahero, mga ordinary workers, tatamaan. Tama naman yung ating Pangulong isuspend kasi ang ginagawang strategy ng ating gobyerno po, mamigay ng ayuda. Yan nga sinimulan sa Maynila, remember? Sinimulan niya sa Maynila and it will spread all throughout the country. Distribution ng ayuda sa mga drivers, 5,000. And it will not be once. Dire-diretso siya habang may krisis. Pati yung mga farmers, ganun din, mga fishermen, at maging yung mga ordinary workers, bibigyan ng support. Yung sa akap, tapos yung bigas, 10 kilos, and dire-diretsong ibibigay. Para mga kababayan, mabawasan yung pinapasa nilang problema. Bilang epekto nitong gira sa Middle East. A 1,200 pesos across the board wage hike for workers. Imagine mga demand na to. Yung mga negosyo hindi na kumikita ng maayos because of this crisis. And maybe sa mga susunod baka magsara na yan. Lalo silang walang trabaho. Kung magde-demand ng 1,200 across the board increase, immediate cost of living subsidies for all affected sectors to combat the rising crisis, sabi dito sa report ng ABS-CBN. Hindi pa matagal, CNN. March 17, sabi dyan, retired Air Force Major General missing for weeks, once led Wright Patterson, Ohio base, steep and decades of UFO theories. Sa yung general, mga kababayan na naka-encounter na mga aliens, UFO, missing. Ano kaya? Anya, Mr. Maravillas, ang theory mo dyan. Baka kausap na ng mga alien, nagigira. Si Trump alam niya ang existence ng mga aliens. Pati yun, di ba na-discuss na natin? At saka na-interview, naniniwala siya si Barack Obama. Nawala itong general, sabi dito. Baka kausap. Ngayon, balikan natin yung ating Pangulo na nagsabi, normal pa man lahat. Normal pa man lahat. Inihayag ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na normal pa ang lahat sa gitna ng krisis sa produktong petrolyo dahil sa patuloy na digmaan sa gitnang silangan. Grabe naman na niya paano Mr. Maravillas na sasabihin pa ng ating Pangulo na normal. May paliwanag po yung Department of Energy. Walang krisis sa supply, Garin Defense no oil crisis statement. Tatagal pa ng higit 30 araw ang reserbang krudo sa Pilipinas. Sapat na oras para humanap ng dagdag na supply mula sa ibang bansa tulad ng Russia at Canada, paliwanag ni Energy Secretary Sharon Garin. O ngayon, ikaw niya, Mr. Maravillas, naniniwala ka sa sinabi ng ating Pangulo at saka ni paliwanag ni Secretary Garin? Sabi ko sa inyo, maintindihan natin ang mindset ng leader. Ang leader po, kahit may problema na kinakarap, hindi dapat sinasabi niya ang kabuuan ng problema para hindi po magpanik ang tao. Kasi kung sasabihin ninyo na talagang grabe ng problema natin, have faith sa ating mga leaders. Anyway, sila yung pinili nating leader. They know kung ano yung dapat gawin. Ang dapat nating gawin bilang mga mamamayan, we have to support and help the President. Ngayon, kung may mga magaganda kayong idea, paabot ninyo para mapag-usapan. 2 heads or more heads are better than one. Kaya kung naintindihan ko yung ating Pangulo kung bakit ganito yung sinasabi niya. Sabi niya, dito sa Pilipinas, normal ang ating presyuhan. President Bongbong Marcos said on Wednesday that government is actively monitoring markets across the country to ensure that food prices remain stable despite ongoing tensions in the Middle East. Speaking during a market inspection, Marcos emphasized that authorities are working closely with vendors to prevent sudden prices. Ito naman sa presyo as epekto ng gira at ng petroleum, increase sa petroleum products. He also expressed appreciation to sellers who have committed not to raise prices or engage in profiteering during the crisis. Tama. Tama yung sinasabi ng ating Pangulo, mga kababayan. Kaya nag-inspection siya. Ang purpose niya, wag magsamantala. Kasi, magsasamantala pa ba tayo sa ating kapwa, mga kababayan? May 20 bigas. Nasa panahon na ng krisis, magsasamantala pa kayo. Tumulong tayo. Yan ang ating encouragement sa bawat isa sa atin. Nasa na yun, ating Pangulo. Pakinggan natin.
Because it's all speculation. We don't know how long this will last for. We don't know what the effects are. We don't know what will happen with the Straits of Hormuz. So, right now we are just adjusting to the situation. And when the situation calls for it, then we will see when to exercise that power and how much by.
Sir, may I that sa transport sector, paano po yung middle class? Ano po nga asahan from the government ng ordinaryong Pilipino na hindi nagko-commute, sir, but nagda-drive?
But no, this is what we are doing. That's why we are looking at the prices. This is for ordinary Filipinos. So that's the.
Sir, the fuel.
I'm sorry.
Sa fuel, sir, for the Filipinos who don't commute but drive but are still not that well off, what can they expect from the government? How can the government aid them?
We just have to, and that's right. That's why we have the authority for the excise tax, those who to move the excise tax. That's why we have asked for several. But what we are worrying about right now is the supply. And the reason we're doing that is that everybody has been conservative sila.
Yan, mga kababayan. So dapat tayo makiisa sa mga ginagawa ng ating Pangulo. Hindi yung dadagdag pa tayo sa problema. Di ba?
Oh, that depends. Marami, and it's a very complicated calculation. We will see. Depends on the trends. You have to watch the trends of on oil prices. We will just have to look. It's very hard to say because it's all speculation. We don't know how long this will last for. We don't know what the effects are. We don't know what will happen in the Straits of Hormuz. So right now we are just adjusting to the situation, and when the situation calls for it, then we will see when to exercise that power and how much by.
Sir, may I that sa transport sector, paano po yung middle class? Ano po nga asahan from the government ng ordinaryong Pilipino na hindi commute, sir, but nagda-drive?
But no, this is what we are doing. That's why we are looking at the prices. This is for ordinary Filipinos. So that's the.
Sir, the fuel.
I'm sorry.
Sa fuel, sir, for the Filipinos who don't commute but drive but are still not that well off,
what can they expect from the government? How can the government aid them?
We just have to, and that's right. That's why we have the authority for the excise tax to move the excise tax. That's why we have asked for several. But what we are worrying about right now is the supply. And the reason we're doing that is that everybody has nagko-conservative sila. So, but right now we don't have a problem sa supply with food. We don't have a problem sa supply with petroleum products, including fertilizer for the farmer. So that's our main concern. So so far we've been able to keep everything at normal levels. Everything is normal. No need to worry. Now our vendors are cooperating, and they are keeping the prices down at normal from what we were.
Doon na tayo kay Sara, na ang sabi ng Rufus Rodriguez, sabi niya, I have read the consolidated verified answer ad cautelam with caution. And certainly, I would express my disappointment with the legal team of the Vice President who has 16 lawyers who have signed this particular answer. Dismayado sa legal team ni BP Sara, si Cagayan de Oro 2nd District Representative Rufus Rodriguez sa sinumiting consolidated verified answer ng legal team ni Vice President Sara Duterte kaugnay sa dalawang impeachment laban sa BC. Gate ng kongresista, hindi direktang nasagot ng tugon ang mga aligasyon laban kay Vice President Duterte. Sa naturang reklamo, in an answer, the grounds which were averted to in the third complaint, 6 grounds should have been answered one by one. However, in this case, there is no answer to the 6 grounds on the third complaint, and also no direct answer to the grounds, paliwanag ni Rufus Rodriguez. 16 na mga magagaling na abogado, 6 na grounds sa articles of impeachment, walang nasagot, sayang ng bayan. 16 lang. 6 na articles of impeachment. 6 na. Tama. 6 na grounds sa impeachment complaint. Walang nasagot. So, anong ginawa ng 16 na abogado ni Sara na magagaling? 6 na grounds, hindi mo sinagot. Kaya sayang niya. 16 lawyers ang pumirma, pero hindi man nasagot. That is a non-answer. Ano sa tingin niyo? Bakit hindi nasagot? Hirap kasing sagutin kahit ng napakagagaling na abogado. Paano mo sasagutin yung pagbabanta ni Sara? Nasasabihin mo, hindi yun banta. Kaya mo, sasabihin mo, asan na niya yung kontrata? Saan ka man nakakita na nangontrata ka ng assassin? Pumirma sa black and white na kontrata. Para may ebidensya, mauli. May nakita na kayong assassin na pumirma sa kontrata? O mastermind ng assassin na nagpagawa ng kontrata? Di ba foolishness? Kaya sabi po niya, doon sa interview, hindi niya yung kontrata ang pinag-uusapan doon, yung mismong pagbabanta niya, yung pa-presscon, mga kababayan, kung ano-anong panusot talagang mga taong ito. Hirap talaga na House of Representatives. Ito.
The answer out ad cautelam and the manifestation of waiver of filing of reply of both the complainants of the third and the fourth impeachment complaint. I was explaining kanina that because of the waiver of reply in the third and fourth impeachment complaint, it rendered the answer of the respondent as the last responsive pleading. And considering that it is the last, it is therefore further considered, submitted for the purpose of determination of the existence of sufficient ground that supports the impeachment complaint. Well, apparently, walang masyadong ma-comment ang mga members, and the reason is because the answer did not address the allegations of offenses and grounds, no? So, to summarize, ang naging laman ng answer revolve on the allegation of violation of due process and failure to state ultimate facts, no? But to be candid, this is not for us to address anymore. Committee on Justice is not the proper forum if the allegation is violation of due process and failure to state ultimate facts. The proper remedy is not to go to the Committee on Justice. Instead, it is to go to the Supreme Court. That is why the Honorable Tino, I think it was him, who made mention of the possibility of the respondent going to the Supreme Court again, no? Nonetheless, in my capacity as Justice Chair, I maintain the position that the committee observed the necessary requirement of due process. As a matter of fact, the filing of answer is part of due process, but it was not substantially availed of in view of the fact that the allegations in the answer are not responsive to the allegations in the complaint.
Hindi man sinagot, kaya sayang, anya. Yung pagkakataon, sinayang na masagot kasi hindi niya kayang sagutin. Yan man lang po pwedeng paliwanag dyan. Hindi niya kayang sagutin. Ngayon, pakinggan natin itong sinabi ni
that the Vice President declared their intention to run for presidency come 2028, which is 2 years from
Chua.
now. By the time na tumakbo siya, at least, this is the right opportunity para linisin yung pangalan niya.
Sana.
Correct. Now, once it was this impeachment complaint has been endorsed to the Senate at eventually, let's say, by stroke of luck, nanalo siya. O di pagdating ng kampanya, hindi na po pwede magamit sa kanya. Yung pwede niya sabihin na na-dismiss nga
Correct.
Especially now, no, that the Vice President declared their intention to run for presidency come 2028, which is 2 years from now. By the time na tumakbo siya, at least, this is the right opportunity para linisin yung pangalan niya. Correct. Now, what?
So yun ang dapat ginagawa ni Sara. Linisin niya yung pangalan niya. Iniiwasan niya na linisin. Gusto niya siguro madumi lang.
Nabasa ko yung kay Justice Isagani Cruz. Okay. Paano niya dinefine ang impeachment? Okay. Sabi niya, it is a method of national inquest into the conduct of public men. Right. So, ibig sabihin ng impeachment, ang tinitignan mo dito yung character. It is a test of character and conduct. Mm-hmm. Diba? Kasi kung titignan mo, hindi naman lahat ng mga public official impeachable officers. Correct. But those who are given great power, sabi nga ni Spider-Man, diba? Great power comes with great responsibility. That's correct. And that includes the office of the Vice President. Now, yung ikumpara mo yung 1 trilyon sa 600 million, medyo malayo nga naman. Correct. Pero ito lang yung pondo na pinapahawak sa kanya eh. So could you imagine, di ba? Hindi ka mapagkakatiwalaan sa ganitong pondo. How much more kung ikaw maging presidente?
So if you're not faithful in small things, how
Yes.
can you be faithful in big things?
Yes.
Correct.
And this is a test of character.
Correct.
Diba?
Hindi ka mapagkatiwalaan sa maliit. Paano ka pagkakatiwalaan sa malaki? Kaya yung pagbigay sa kanya mga kababayan ni President Bongbong Marcos ng posisyon as DepEd Secretary at binigyan siya mga kababayan ng confidential funds. Test of character yun. Iyon ang reading ko, mga kababayan. Tinitest siya kung pwede siyang maging presidente. Hindi pala pwede talaga maging presidente kasi 125 million nalunok 11 days. Ika niya, Mr. Maravillas. O, di ba? 11 days. Wala man dapat sa confidential funds bilang vice presidente at DepEd Secretary. Pinainan na niya Mr. Maravillas siguro. Malamang. Pinamagan niya Mr. Maravillas. Hindi man siya sinabihan na ito. Reading ko lang. Ako kasi siguro, siyempre, vice presidente. Sa tingin ng ating Pangulo, ang ambisyonan niya nito, magpresidente siyempre. Kasi, unang-una, si Sara ran siya. Yung target talaga niya, mag-presidente. Kaya lang, nang sabi nga natin, nang matunugan ni Sara, matatalo siya, nang mag-announce yung ating Pangulo na tatakbo, nag-apply na lang si Sara bilang vice presidente. Yan ang nangyari. O ngayon, siguro sa isip ng ating Pangulo, okay, bigyan natin ng posisyon. Pero hindi yung masyado kadelikado, hindi yung defense yung binigay sa kanya. Yung DepEd para matest kung capable siya na maging ma-endorse ko. Matalino yung ating Pangulo. So ang test sa kanya, yung pagbigay ng ating Pangulo ng DepEd bilang pinakang malaking bureaucracy, agency sa bureaucracy. Di ba yung may pinakamalaking budget? Yung DepEd. So dito matitest kung pwede siya. Kaya pinili ng ating Pangulo na siya DepEd Secretary. Maganda yung intensyon ng ating Pangulo. Tapos, dinagdagan pa siya ng pondo. Billion siya. Ilan ba yung 1.8 billion yata? Yung hindi ko na ma-recall. Kung magkano yung budget niya. Napakalaki. Tapos binigyan pa ng confidential funds. Na dati, wala mang confidential funds siya talaga. Huwag daw pahirapan ng commuter kung hindi itataas ang pamasahe, walang jeep at bus na magbabiyahe dahil lugi. Sinong mahirapan? Hindi commuter, sabi ni dating bayan mo na Representative Teddy Casino. Huwag daw pahirapan yung commuter. Sino ang mahirapan? Hindi commuter daw kung hindi tataasan yung pamasahe. Ang ginawang solusyon ng ating Pangulo, sinuspend niya yung fare hike kasi mahirapan yung commuter. Tamang aksyon ba yun? Tama. Kumusta naman Mr. Maravillas, yung mga tricycle, yung mga jeepneys. Kaya nga namimigay ng pera yung ating Pangulo, ayuda, 5,000 para pandagdag ninyo sa pambili ng gasolina. Imbes na bawiin ninyo sa binigay na namin 5,000. Di ba? Imbes bawiin ninyo sa pamasahe, nagko-koleksyon kayo isa-isa sa pasahero. Ito na 5,000. Hindi lang ito isahan. Hanggang may magbibigay kami ng ayuda. Ayaw mo pa? Isahan na, nakuha mo na. Panggasolina mo. Imbes na ipatong mo sa consumer. So tama yun aksyon ng ating Pangulo. Ngayon, yung sinasabing hindi magbabayahe sila, paano hindi magbabayad? Binigyan na nga na pambili ng gasolina. Tapos ngayon, napilitan yung Maynila magpalabas ng libreng sakay kasi nagprotest yung mga dumagdag pa kayo. Tapos si Sara, nagpost si Tio Moreno, si Igit, na papalabasin yung mga bus. May bus si Sara para sa libreng sakay. Di kinumpit mo pa yung mga jeepneys, yung mga bus operator. Pit mo pa, imbes na punta na sa kanila yung kita, dinibre mo pa. Mali. Libreng sakay kung may protest. Hindi yung magpapalibreng sakay ka dahil sa may oil crisis. Pag nagpalibreng sakay ka, kinumpit pa ng libreng sakay yung mga bus jeepneys na imbes sana kumikita, sumakay doon sa libre. Hindi pinag-iisipan. Basta lang magpapogi. Imbis makatulong, nakasira pa. Ang dapat ginagawa ngayon ni Sara, kung wala man siyang maitulong, manahimik na lang siya. O kung gusto niyang tumulong doon sa mga OFWs, rentahan na niya yung eroplano. Magrenta siyang eroplano para sa repatriation. Hanggang ngayon, mga kababayan, laway pa rin. Wala man siyang rinirentahan kasi sabi niya, napakadali magpalipad ng eroplano. Ginawa na daw nila noong pandemic. O di, bakit hindi siya magpalipad? Tapos ngayon, nag-post si Tio Moreno para lang magpabida. Pinost niya yung hindi ko nasi-search. Nakita ko kanina, vlogger niya, influencer ni Sara na ang sabi na kontrobersya na ang sabi, nag-igit. May bus, mga kababayan, na libreng sakay. Hindi pinag-iisipan, mga kababayan. Pag nagpalibreng sakay siya, di nag-compete yung bus at saka yung mga jeepneys na imbis kita na nila, libreng sakay pa. Naperwisyo tuloy. Okay na itong ginagawa ng ating Pangulo. Distribution ng pera para masubsidize yung gasolina. Pera na mismo, hindi lang pambili ng gasolina yon, magamit pa nila sa iba pang mga pangangailangan nila. Yun na mismo ang ginagawa. Hindi pa kayo makontento. Itong problemang ito, hindi ito kagawa ng gobyerno. This is the consequences of the war. Na dapat tayo nagtutulong-tulong na yung impact sa atin ay ma-minimize. Kaya lang, imbes na tumulong kayo para ma-minimize yung impact, ginagawa ninyo, nagiging pabigat patuloy kayo. Ayan man lang po, mga kababayan, napahaba na naman tayo. Mamaya naman po, ako si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless. Max Firming and Lifting Cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kasukasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Neng siya red mixed fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayos niya, Mr. Maravilla. Sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab car rental din po kami. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.